Hello. My name is Heather Aston, and this is my channel, TT's Trinkets and Treasures. If this is the first time you stumbled across one of my videos in this little corner of the World Wide Web we know as YouTube, welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. I hope that you will find this video informative and entertaining enough that you'll want to hit that subscribe button and change the notification bell to all so that you never miss the release of one of my videos in the future. If you are a returning viewer, hello my treasures. I hope that whenever you see this, that you're having a fantastic day. If you all wouldn't mind hitting that thumbs up button and maybe leaving me a note in the comments after this video is over, letting me know what you liked about the video and or if there's anything you would like to see in future videos. I don't know why my curtain is open. Sorry. Oh, yes, I do. I was just in there. Of course I was. Anyways, I hope that you all had a fantastic holiday weekend. This video is being recorded on the 6th of July in 2026. So we just celebrated the 4th of July. We kept it kind of low and easy. We went to a barbecue at Bernie's house, but came home early to be the emotional support humans for our dogs during the fireworks. So they did pretty well. We didn't have a lot of them until 2:00 in the morning. And those ones were illegal ones to boot. But yeah, let's go ahead and go over to the comments so that I can say hello to everybody. Hello, Barbara. Hello, Mary. No, her husband took her on a spontaneous trip to the beach. Speaking of Rosanna, she did bring stuff with her, but I hope that she has fun and doesn't come live. If I know in time, then I may go live at 10 a.m. on a couple of those days, but even if I just go live at my normal time, I am going to try to pop on Tuesday, the middle days that I'm not normally live in the mornings, just so that you guys are still getting some content and whatnot. Mary, I'm collecting some things for you. I'm very excited. So it's fun. It may take a little bit. Steve and I are trying to be as thorough as possible. So hello. That is far better. Yes, exactly. I hope she's enjoying herself as well. Hi, Beth. Beth is going to turn into her alter ego, Elizabeth, to say hello. Good morning, Leah. If I already said good morning, I apologize. But yes. I think I got everybody. But apparently I forgot how to drink. Because I just dribbled that all down my face for some reason. I'm weird. This has to be gone before I go to the iced coffee. I don't know why, but... And that was all of it. So we're good now. So if you were on last night, we did a necklace to go with the little bracelet that I made one of the days this past week. Oops. We did not get to the earring, so I'm going to start with that, with those, and then we will move on to today's project. So let me get this off the mat. By the way, the missing large hole beads have been found, in case any of you guys were concerned. There were some large hole beads that were supposed to be in an order for Cindy. Turns out it's a good thing they weren't, because she's not a fan of English cut beads, and those were English cut beads. So Maybe I'll show them off. Maybe one of you guys will want them if I see where Steve put them. Oh, here they are. But let's go ahead and go down to the mat because we got to do that before I can show you anything. So, these ones are onyx and these ones are black banded agate. They're 1875 a strand. So just if you're interested in either one, they are very good whole size. These are from the same cutter as the Amazonite ones that I got, that I was able to get 2 strands of 1.5-inch letter through. So they are, let me see if I see any that I've gotten from him. Here they are. So I have some rutilated quartz. So those are the same beads, but you can see it's a very generous hole size. It's not quite 3 millimeter work, like it's, I don't think. Let me see, I just saw leather. There it is. I don't think the 3 millimeter. It's like just barely not fitting. So that's probably why we're able to get the 2 1.5-inch strands through. This is also braided, and it's braided around a center cord. So that could also be why. But yeah, so this is where I get these large hole beads from, including the Amazonite and things of that nature. Oh, we have new people on. Let's see here. We have, hello, Gracia. Gracia's here. All right, sounds good. Yes, Mark. Don't move. Be safe. Hello, Valerie. Welcome. Glad you were able to pop in. Hello, Tina. Hello, Marcia. These are 1875 a strand. But like all of his strands, they're very, like, I mean, they're full from top to bottom, like always. So, and they're a full, like, 16-inch strand. They're not some like shorter 12 or even 14, because I have seen that the strand sizes have now been shrinking down from $14 to $12 or to 12 inches, which just, it makes me sad. Because like, it just does. I don't know why. But let's go to these earrings, and then once the earrings are finished, we are going to go to the South Sea Pearl necklace that I kind of showed. I showed like the beads I want to use last night. That if you go to sleep, don't worry about it. Don't worry about the extra light. You got one in, and I am more than thankful for that one like. So I appreciate your efforts, even though you are healing. But yes, Cindy, hello. Oh, Cindy, the missing beads have turned up, my dear. So they are in fact here. And like I said, I was just telling everybody, if anyone's interested in them, just let me know. Oh, okay. Before we get to the earrings, sorry. One more thing. What would you guys think about me doing designer strands of beads, where you get like a strand of, maybe it's multiple sizes, maybe it's different beads, or it's multiple types of beads and spacers and whatnot. So I don't know if you guys would be interested in that, but I thought that was a good thing. Also, Bernie has like these great big tubs in the back room of just various beads from buyout. And I so I'm also wondering if you guys might be interested in a scoop sale where like we scoop kind of like Randy did, and we would just scoop out of those buckets. Obviously they're not going to have like the little packets and things in it. They're going to be up there, but yeah, so it'll be good. Steve found them on the opposite side of my desk where he was when he was packaging up the box, but he still had an invoice, so I don't know how that happened. But yes, anyways, yeah, I can do it. Um, yeah, I'm. I think that that's easier, and I'm wondering because I'm trying to figure out the best way to get you guys beads again. I have really been enjoying the personal shopping that I've done for several of you. It's a lot of fun, and is because then I'm not trying to guess what you want. You guys are telling me what you want as we walk through the store. So yes, hello. Um, oh, that's good, Beth. Okay. I'm glad to hear that at least like it's stretching out and your meds are lasting longer and whatnot. Okay, back to the map. All right, get this out of my way for now. Drink some water. I make myself drink water when I remember to in between cups of coffee. So, all right, we had these out last night. So we have the 2 green beads, we have the birds, we have the strawberry links, and the strawberries are faceted cherry quartz. These are not the charms in the either the initial box or the companion bundle. Those are actually strawberry quartz, where these are the cherry quartz, which is a man-made product, which is glass with some quartz mixed into it. So it's not quite the same. And I moved my other one. I put it back where it should have been, forgetting that it was there. So what I'm thinking is that we could kind of do one link like that, and then do a second link. Maybe. And then just put the green bead from the bottom, or should we take out the green bead and put something? Let's do it this way. We'll start with the strawberry. We'll add a link that just has the little green crystal on it, or maybe we'll just put them all. I don't want them all in a row because then they won't. No. How was I going to do this? Because I don't want the green on green. I'm sure this will look okay. Where's Rosanna with her shoulder dusting earring? Okay, I think that'll work. Yes, exactly. Oh, I'm so glad you like your beads. Green, link, pink, then bird. Okay. Yeah. Oh, Yeah, that's a good idea. It'll be okay if there's, I'm going to put a little silver flower bead cap on top of this. So I don't think it'll be, the only thing I was wondering was because it's the, maybe we do this instead. Well, let's get these guys stranding so that we are creating progress at least. 20 inch. Yeah, let's just, or 20 inch, 20 gauge. Okay. Grab out my double flush cutter. Okay. So we need like 2 short pieces just for the, no, 4, because we'll also need them for the strawberry quartz. Or I mean the cherry quartz at the bottom. So those are theirs. And then we'll need some for the, no, I think we're going to have to put, I think the 2 strawberry quartz in a row will be okay. Or cherry quartz, sorry. So I'm going to grab the 2 longer pieces that I cut. There are like 2 that are 1 length than these 2, which is just silly. Okay, round nose pliers. Excuse you, sir. And you. I could have also, why did I leave myself so much? Okay. No, that's what I was trying to keep from happening. There we go. Put the bead on and then I will tuck in the wire because it's always easier for me for some reason when I do that. So I'm trying to figure out if that needed to be parallel or perpendicular. I think it's going to need to be perpendicular, but I can figure that out once I put the little strawberry link on. Yeah, they're going to have to be perpendicular from each other if it's going to go into the what am I doing? I am still trying to get used to these progressive lenses, guys. And I told Steve if it's not better within a couple of days, we're just going to schedule me an eye appointment. It just sucks because these were not cheap glasses. So, and again, your girl doesn't like to be wasteful. Why can I not? Okay. This is why us creators always say we'd rather have too much than not enough. It's this exact thing that we do. Because now I was having problems wrapping up that loop, so I'm just going to cut a longer piece of wire, but that length, the other length is now going to waste. So just going to give myself this much, which will very much be able to be long enough. Okay. Take two. When they're short, I can't twist it with my fingers. So, Crystal, let's see. It's very pretty. You like it with the pink on the bottom too. Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking because then it'll be a little more dangly, which is a highly technical jewelry term that Beth, of course, has in the jeweler's hand or the jeweler's dictionary. Not to be confused with dangly bits. I need to look at, Lynn sent me her little ebook. I need to go take time to look at it, but why can I not get this? The holes in these links are itty bitty, so that is not helping things for sure. But get that, bring this in. There's that. Then that will connect to the bird. Yeah, I think the pink on the bottom is going to be cute. I like this. Okay, yep, that's where we're going to do it. I'm going to make sure my loops they're not completely perpendicular from each other. There we go. That's better. It's time for the birds. Oh, do the other one of these first, Heather. Just do the little wire wrap. Why did I do that without connecting it? Put this. Oh, because I was supposed to be doing the green, not the bird. That's why I didn't connect it. But we're already in this process, so. And I will slow down and show my, what I call my hybrid loop, rather than just barreling through this. Sometimes I forget that there are those that may be watching that are not at the same level. I don't know how to say that without sounding snobby, which I'm not being. Y'all know what I mean. I am going to add one of these little rondelles that Bargain Bead Box has, and they have a few of them. And they have like, come on, we don't care about that stuff. Hello. There we go. They're like the same pinks and greens and a little bit darker tones as well. I'm going to stick one of those on top of the bird just to make wire wrapping it and just creating just a tad bit of something to it. And then we will attach the um, the faceted 6mm on after this, and then you guys can decide if you'd like me to show you the other earring and go slower. I can do so. Otherwise, we can just move on, and these are not lined up. There we go. Yep, like that. Okay. Don't I have 30 days to return them? Yes, these are earrings to go with this little bracelet and the necklace that I made last night. That's where these are for. They go with those. She's like, I haven't even had any wine yet. That's hilarious. Okay, come on. There we go. Oh, I love you, Kim. You're just the best. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make one of my homemade ball head pins. I just take the end in my plier and I bend it over so it kind of looks like a shepherd's hook. And then I grab my crimping pliers, and you can use any crimping pliers that you would that you may have. The like standard ones, like the blue handled one works too. I leave it a little bit of it popping out the top, and then I just squeeze it flat up against the other side. This one kind of folded over, which is perfectly okay because we're going to cut it off right about the point that it did. So, and then you have a little ball head pin, which I need a bead cap. And then we're going to go like, once we're done with this earring, we're going to go kind of like, nope, I didn't leave it big enough. Okay. So what I did is I didn't cut up here where it crossed over. I cut further down, creating like a smaller end piece. Because typically these fit on them just fine. I just have to do it correctly. So this will be the bottom of our earring. And then we'll just create a loop and attach it underneath the birds. So my hybrid link is, I am not a fan of simple loops, but I don't always want the amount of wire it takes to do 3 wraps on the top and the bottom. I would rather use up that space with more beads. So what I did is I created a hybrid loop, and it starts much like a traditional um, everyday loop. I just folded it over. I'm going to put my round nose pliers in. Now, I don't start here or here. I start at an angle so that I can get right in the bend of this wire here. Then I go over and press down till it's up against the bead, and then I put my pliers parallel with the mat and pull to the back. I personally like to give it a little bit of a tug like that before I do my wrap. Then I'm just going to open my loop, and I'm going to grab the rest of my earring, close my loop up, and then when I go to wrap the top part, I'm only going around the back of it until we get back to where the loop originally started. So, and I like to bend slightly past that point, just so that when I go to tuck in the ends, it's easier to do because it's already going in that way. And then I'm just going to go in, and I'm going to, there's not a lot of room in here because of the bird and stuff. And then I can just go in and tuck in that little bit of an ending. And there's our earring. Where did the necklace I made get put? Because I just made it last night. It should be right here. But should be is not the reality. Anyways, I made a necklace that went with this very nicely, and with the bracelet. Would you guys like me to go step by step through the second earring, or would you guys rather I just move on to the next design? Either way is completely fine with me. 4th of July was going to push shipping back. They would, oh yes, the boxes, yes. Hi Brandy, hi Delon. Glad to see you all. Did I miss anybody else? I hope not. Okay, wait. Yeah, I need to see the rest, Cindy. Honestly, I really do need to see the rest of the box to see what they paired with those. My husband loves Kambaba Jasper, so if it's in that realm, plus if you go on the darker tones of this and anything left over from leopard skin Jasper, they will also go nicely with Kambaba. So you're okay. But oh, thank you. Yeah, the birds and these crystals actually came in my thank you for your purpose, or like I got them in those orders. So yeah, I was really happy. I like the way that it turns out. Okay. It won't take me long to put together the other earrings, so if you would like me to do so, I can. Let me know if you want to. In the meantime, I'm going to demonstrate my my ear wire. And because metals are rarely ever, they don't really ever match. So I like to make my own findings so that mine so that mine do have a better shot at matching. So all you're going to do, Shiloh, please stop. Thank you. You just need to cut a piece of wire right at 4.5 centimeters or 45 millimeters. Either way, either one, it's being said correctly. Why did I just cut part of my length off? Probably. Yeah, I did. And while it may have been enough, I want to make sure that it is. And it's easier to measure when I just have my wire up. Shiloh, stop, or I'm going to put you out of the bead room. I don't know what's up with her digging lately, but she's just been doing it, and I don't understand why. Okay, 45 millimeters or 4.5 centimeters, and then we're gonna grab our 6-step bail making pliers, and all you do is go to the tip. You don't want to be able to feel any of the wire sticking out, and then you're just going to wrap a loop back towards your piece of wire like so. Then you're going to take this and you're going to face the loop away from whichever barrel you want to do the second part of these earrings with. I'm going to do the 6-step, the largest one. And like I said, I'm just going to point the loop away from me. I'm going to come up over and I'm going to push it down till it meets that loop. And then once you've gotten this far, you'll see they're the same. You can decide how much of a kick you want. And what I recommend, so that you're not having to like hold two round pieces of wire like together, it's not an easy thing to do. I would just suggest you find a pair of pliers with the kick you prefer. I prefer like hardly any at all, but for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to take these flat nose pliers and I'm going to go down towards the very end and I'm just going to bend that up and we have our kick. Now, if you are using this method, let me cut and create another one, because we have had some new people in lately, which is exciting and makes me very happy. But they have not seen this demonstrated, so I want to make sure that they get to see it. So I just cut another 45 millimeter length. I'm going to take the tip till I can't feel anything and rotate it back until it hits the piece of wire. Then I'm going to take this and point the loop away from whichever, went a little bit past, which won't make a difference in the long run. I just want for demonstration purposes. Okay, so then you're just going to do the same thing, point it away and come down till it touches the metal. Grab the end with the preferred kick size. This one's a little bit more close, but you will get 2 identical ear wires or 10 identical ear wires, however many you're cutting, that's what you'll get. Just so you know, you're going to want to sand the ends. Beadalon has a like navy blue bead reamer that I do own but don't know where it is right now. And it comes with a burr cup attachment, which is just kind of what it sounds like. It's like a little cup saucer in the top, kind of like if you were to take the magical crimpers apart and have like this on the end of a wire, and then you just kind of rotate it and move it all around, and it will take any sharp points or flat points here and soften them up so they do not so that you don't scratch any of your customers' ears or whatever. But this is how you can make identical ear wires over and over and over again. If you want this even bigger, or say you want to be able to, I'm going to have to figure out a way if you were to want to wrap it with the coil. I'll work on that for those of you who like that extra length. I'll work on that. Also, to work hard in these, if you do not want to pull out your bench block or your nylon hammer, this box joint at the end is flat and can be used for the exact same purpose. So if I want to strengthen the loop that the bead's going to hang from, I can just put that within it. If I want like the French ear wire where this part right here is flat, you can push it in and do it. The difference is because this is metal on metal, it is going to flatten the wire. So if that's not the look you want, then by all means, you can do it with nylon jaw pliers exactly the same way that I just did, and come in and just flatten, squish, squish. Well, not flatten, but squish it this way, not squishing it flat. And it will have the same effect, only it won't be hammered. So, or a flattened loop. So, did we decide if you want me to show you again? Oh, it's okay, Mary. Don't feel bad. Hi, Michelle. Yeah, she's digging for gold. I hope she finds some for me, right? Okay, so I didn't see anyone saying they wanted me to demonstrate the other earring, so I can do that later and just add it to the collection that I'm putting together with these last 2 months boxes. Oh, I forgot to turn these perpendicular from each other, which they need to be in order to make sure that the charm, the strawberry link is facing, oh no, they are the right way. So did they not need to be? No, they do. Sorry, hold on, I'm confused right now. Yeah, I don't know what I just thought I did wrong, but I didn't. I had already moved them. There are our little dangly earrings. So you can make the second one. It was very easy. Cutesy little thing. Here's the bracelet. The necklace it's like a Y necklace, but it has 1mm leather as the, like, around the neck part of it. So I don't know where it got put. Okay, now the next project we're going to work on, I'm going to put these right here so I remember to make the other one. There's the other ear wire. Okay. The next one we're going to work on is I want to do, all right, Beth, go. Did you say you need to go lay down? Did I miss that? If you said you need to go lay down, please take care of yourself, honey. I might have missed that post. Okay. I want to take this in another direction. Obviously, that was like more cutesy summery kind of vibe. And we're going to flip it. And we're going to take some of these. These are the A-grade strawberry quartz beads that I got from Bernie's. I do have 6mm, but we're not going to mess with those. And then I have these like dark, deep, like purpley brownish mauve, but they go perfectly with the striations of these beads. They just look really nice together. So we're probably going to alternate between the 8 and 10mm, but these beads will stay the same size throughout the project. I do also have like a lighter option that would also work and wouldn't be quite as dark, but that's one option. Also, I figured we will likely use some of these as well in a like second possible necklace, and I just have just enough of the smaller ones that I could do a pair of earrings. So let me see, how many of these do I have? 2 and 2. I have one more of the large ones that I could do for each, but at least 2 more of the lighter ones. Do you guys want sparkle and razzle dazzle, or do you guys want the South Sea? I can do both. Just, is there a preference to the one you'd like to see first? I'm kind of I'm going to go with the pearls first. So, yes. So she did say she had to go lay down. I guess I missed that. Yeah, I'm going to do both eventually. I just wasn't sure which one I was going to do today or first, but I think I'm going to stick with the South Sea pearls. I'm going to pull out some garnet wire, and then I will probably create some links for the for along the back if I don't end up finishing this. The only thing I haven't figured out what I was going to do with this was like what I was going to do for the focal. I have these. I could do like a ring or a teardrop of these, or let me look, because we got some in the little check glass bundle. There were 2 different kinds of these little ones. I need something to empty this into. So maybe we will use those. So there's some little English cut that I'm really digging. And then there's some rounds, which again, we could use either with these. So and then there were also some like these little drops that we might be able to use for earrings with the other. I'll probably save these for the other one that's lighter. No, I don't. So just let me pull these out so I know how many of each I have. I thought I saw one more. Nope, I got them. Okay, I'll just go ahead and close that up like that for now. So we also have these, and I have some spinel and faceted hematite in the at the ready as well. The garnet looks really pretty though. Sorry, I'm like, doo. Yeah, the garnet is beautiful. I know what I'm like, duh. We have we got the metal these. Yeah. And then we can just dangle whatever we want down below. And just do like a little nod to the strawberry theme because this is strawberry quartz. So, and I think I have another set as well that I can use if I wanted to do some earrings and or if I wanted to bead this later. I have this other one. Okay. So there's that. And then we can just like dangle one of the big ones off. But originally I was going to use spinel as spacers, but these garnet chips are kind of calling my name. Am I crazy or do those go together? I think those go together beautifully. Okay. I think I'm going to rip open the garnet. Ugh. I don't even remember. Did these come in the box and I'm just late to the party? Because I have a second strand sitting right here as well. And that's the reason why I'm asking if there was a second strand. Okay, so let's cut this open. I'm preferring like the smaller, chunkier things, and I kind of like that there are quite a few that are pretty centrally drilled. I am being drawn towards the like smaller sized ones, but either is fine. But this garnet is going to be gorgeous with this. Do I get rid of these and just do the garnet? Is that what we should do? Or do we leave the pearls in? Yeah, I like these ones, but I'm thinking that I am kind of loving the garnets with these, and then I could just alternate back and forth between the 8 and the 10, and then just forget about those South Sea pearls for this project altogether. Or I can do it again. I have plenty of beads to do that one as well, but right now kind of loving the garnet. So let's go ahead and I'm trying to think. I wish this hole was just a tad bit bigger because I do have the smaller greens. You can wire wrap one later, Heather. Okay, let's figure out what are we gonna put, if we're gonna put something on top of that, or if we just want it to with a garnet in between, like so. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so we need wire. And kind of I'm gonna pull out this hematite wire too because it's closer to the stainless steel than silver would be. So I'm gonna create my links with this instead. I could have also used this like dark coppery color. No, I want to go with the hematite. Okay. So again, I'm going to make my little head pin in order to ensure that it matches the rest of the metal in this piece. Squish that up real good. Come down and just cut that. I think did I nick the other side of the wire. Take two. In case you've missed the last couple of videos, I am trying to get used to progressive lenses, and it's driving me crazy. Because, like, I can't even find drill holes, and it's so annoying. And or not cutting where I'm not supposed to be. Okay, there we go. So let's just pop a garnet nugget on there. I think I wanna, it's right here. No, it's not. I know that I have some bead caps, but I might just use the little. I don't think it necessarily. I was going to see if I could find some hematite bead caps, but this will be just fine. But I think this is pretty centrally drilled. This could be a better seat. No, it's not. It's crooked. I know I should just be like, Heather, it will still be pretty. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm trying to get better about it, but where did I just put? Oh. But I'm not quite all the way there yet. These could just be like a bead cap on either side. This one on the bottom, and then the bead, and then this slightly smaller one on top. I'm trying, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm being way too finicky. Okay, let's just leave it as that, or else we will be here all day. Make a loop. Open that loop up, attach it to the pendant, and then we'll make a similar one for the top of this. And then grab my loop and wrap it around the back. Trim off the excess. Tuck the end in, use my pliers just to make sure there's no sharp points. And actually, I may not put anything on top. I think I just want this to be the dangle. Yeah, that's what I want. So now I'm going to make a jump ring out of the hematite. I'll use the scraps from that one I just made. I'm going to use my second barrel, which is 3 millimeters, and I'm just going to wind this up and do my best to use as much of this as possible. So I got myself 3 jump rings out of that. So I like to close my loops up before I attach them to anything, just to make sure everything's fitting together nicely and whatnot. If you ever make your own jump rings and it doesn't look like they're sitting like at the same level, just go in and give them the slightest squish possible, and it gets rid of that. And then we'll put this at the top of the necklace. And while I'm making this, I will just make a little note that I am waiting for friend mail to be delivered today. Miss Leah Banks of Leah's Jewelry and Gems sent me some beautiful glass pieces that I can't wait to open and share with all of you guys, but that will be a separate video. It will be her very firstest video where someone is unboxing something from her. Okay. Oh, you like the darker pearls? Okay, we can do that. I can use the garnets later. As I said, I have plenty of beads here for multiple pieces. So in case you have not heard of these, they are South Sea shell pearls from China, and they are made from the shell that encases the, oh my goodness, clam, oyster, I don't think that's the right term, but they make the entire thing out of that shell, rather than it being like a bunch of the shell dust that is then stabilized together, much how they do turquoise. These are entirely shell, so this full pearl is made of shell. Those two are not the purple. So there's those. Okay, we will go back to what I was going to originally do, which was to either use spinel or, that should be good, spinel or my, these are hematite. I'm just trying to decide. Okay, these are the faceted hematite squares. So these are what we'll just string in between the pearls and the strawberry quartz. They're just little faceted cubes that are oh so pretty and are the same color as the laser cut. So we'll start with one of those on either side. Oh yeah, that's true, Mary. I could do that and then still leave the garnets in this piece. I just have to decide if it'll be like one or two. Let's start with the 8 to begin with down here. Put another, or maybe we don't use these at all. I don't know that I'm liking those with the, yeah, I'm going to use the garnet as spacers. I actually was not enjoying the way that those looked with the beads after all. So these can be put away. I was looking for, I have another container that has my spinel in it. So maybe I'll just use like 3 of the smaller garnet pieces and then 1 of the beads. And then back to the garnet pieces. I'll probably just keep it to the I like the really dark pieces of garnet. And like I said, I have a whole other strand up here that I can be picky. I can unstrand those garnets as well. I have a whole container. This one is just too big right at the thing, so I'm going to pull in some of the itty bitties so that so the beads are not hitting the focal. And then we can use the chunkier bits as we get further out from the focal. Yeah. It's gonna be pretty. And I'm not gonna. Oh yeah, that looks pretty together. Sorry if I'm not talking right now. Please feel free to talk amongst yourselves. I apologize. I just realized I'm sitting here in dead silence. Yeah, these darker garnets are just like making the pearls sing. Like I said, I prefer the littler ones, so if I have to open the other strand, I am more than willing to do so. And the garnets will also help this to not be too heavy. These are something else I need to get stranded up to put together for you guys. That's where the whole like designer strand was going when I was pulling out these pearls to design with. I was like, I have so many of those and spent so much money on them. I need to get them out there and ready for you guys. Because they were almost like a $2,000 investment. But they're not an investment if I'm not doing anything with them and they're just sitting there. Then they're not. I'm loving this. I'm gonna be completely honest with you though. I'm not really feeling the focal. I have, let me see, where did I put that? Where did is it this? I have the one that came in the value bundle, which I believe I kept in its little baggie. There's one. Where's the, oh duh, Heather. I know where it is. I keep picking up these two bowls, forgetting. Oh, it's not under there. Man, I could have sworn it was supposed to be under there. Let me see here. Let me see what I have in my focal box. Right here. Is there anything that looks like this? Use me, use me. Sorry, I thought that I was going to like the way that looks, but I'm not. So, there's the other strawberries. Ooh. I think I know what I want to do. We're going to take this off. And we're going to use some of these little why am I wasting time cutting this off? I could have done that later. I apologize. So, here's what I'm thinking. I also have these in black. So I might, these have, let me grab the black just so that we have the full look of it. Okay, so these ones have like a lighter purple color, but it's almost, they're the same color family, right? Or I have the black, that's not the black. I have this black as well. And what I'm thinking is that it might look cool to have like 3 of these with maybe just a garnet in between them and had them hanging down, because alone I think this might get swallowed up. But if it has these other 2 flowers with it, then it kind of makes the focal a bit longer. And so then this one doesn't get swallowed up by the larger pearls. The strawberry would also look beautiful if it was wrapped. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking, Mary. I don't know where those are, so that's going to be another project. Possibly if I decide to, when I do these, it would look really pretty that way. And as I said, I want to make several different necklaces using this. There was a focal in the value bundle that I'm just not seeing right here for some reason. Every other thing is here, so I pulled it away. But I have like this strand of darker strawberry quartz that would also be beautiful with the garnet. So I had like the mind is spinning, so there will likely be several designs to show off in the next day or so. Probably not with a design video, especially if they're strong projects. What do you like the prettiest three? Okay, so do we want to do the light purple or do we want the black? Because I have it, oops, I forgot. I have it in black as well. And then it will kind of, this one will be attached using a jump ring. So it'll fall a little bit lower, and then we'll just have to put enough garnets in between that the petals don't hit each other. And then I can also make earrings using the amethyst. Using the black. Okay, then we're going to go with the black, and I will have extra of those. And maybe if I did like a lighter version of this where I pulled the if I wanted to do one with like the lighter pearls and the strawberry quartz, that would also be very pretty. But not what we're going to do today. Okay, cool. Figured it out. I'm happy with the resolution. I apologize that it took this long to get to this point. I do apologize. It was obviously not my intent. I just want to put out the best product and designs. And you guys have said that, like, if I'm not wire wrapping things, you don't mind when it takes a little bit longer, or we go through the design process together a little bit more. So I hope you're still feeling that way, even though that took a hot minute to get figured out. I apologize. I just wanted to make sure that it looked right. And I wasn't. So I need to grab a jump ring. Attach the black. And I could also mention that, as always, the pieces I design during my tutorials, unless otherwise stated, they are available for purchase. You can just reach out to me separately. And if you're saying, Heather, why did you have to cut jump rings again? Didn't you just cut some? Yes, and I just remembered so right this second. So but I probably would have had to cut another one regardless. So, or at least that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Oh, because we're going. Yeah, if I'm going to be going live every morning because Beth is healing and Rosanna's on vacation, You might just see all of these, but they're likely to be, they're not all going to be strung products, but or projects, but I'm also going to be doing, because I also have like a linked idea in my head. Okay, let's figure this out now. So I want to put one of them on, and then I need to see about where it needs to be so that these aren't, oh, they actually line up almost perfectly. I don't even mind them right next to each other like that. Obviously, there's still going to be garnets in between them, but like I don't even mind. They fit together really nice. Okay, cool. This jump ring is not properly closed because I can't see. Oh my goodness. Where is it? It's not lined up. But, oh, there it is. Goodness gracious. It's easier for me to see when it's further away. Oh, okay. Bloom. Let's put some itty bitties, and I am going to open this other one more than likely. This one might be a good one because it's a little chunky, so it might be enough. If I put it on the right way. Oh, is this going to need... No. Wait. This one can't be on... Okay, I'm only going to put a jump ring on the larger one because of the way the loop is. It is not necessary to do so on the smaller one, so I'll just take off those jump rings and save them for when we clasp. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we will put the little one on directly, and then where did my little chunky nugget go? I don't know, but this one is also chunky. Let's see how many I'm gonna have to put in between. Oh, no. We're gonna need like 3 or so. And for these ones right up front and center, okay, that one should be, nope, that one's too big compared to the other ones. I was this time years old when I realized that chip beads may not be the best project when I'm live because I am so darn picky about them. There are quite a few little ones right here on this strand. Okay. Put the jump ring on, hold it up. It needs like one more, and then it will be good to go. It probably would have been better to use like these faceted ones so that they were longer, but it's okay. There's that. I think that should be good. And then it will lay nicely. Okay. We're gonna have to use these because it's not laying right. So I'd rather use beads that we know are gonna work than sit here monkeying around with the chip beads. And then I will use the chip beads up the sides. But for right here in front, I think I need like the faceted beads. I don't know what I need. Heather, it's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. One. In case you've ever wondered why I don't edit, this is why. I would be second guessing myself all the time. So, like, no videos would actually get recorded or posted because I am very particular. But I'm working on it. It's something I'm actively working through. I am very jealous of those of you that can just string, especially with chip beads, like just organically, just going one into another. Like I said, I'm working on it. I'm trying to get better about it because I know it doesn't need to be perfect and that it will still be pretty. But it is something that I'm working on. Do I like? Why did I do that? The flowers are laying beautifully. They're laying very nicely. I'm just not sure why I didn't put chip beads on the other side of this before I started the flowers. So I'm going to do so now. Just 3. Oh my gosh, get on my wire. Thank you. Okay. 8mm, 3 garnets, and I'm just gonna go. I'm not gonna, I could do this. I don't know if you guys are that way about things, but yes. We're just gonna say about progressive eye. Yes, there are eyeglasses that are like bifocal at the bottom and another prescription in the middle, and some even have a third prescription up top. So your eye has to get used to where it needs to look out, and it takes 2 weeks for that process to occur. Um, but it's driving me crazy. And also, the subscription is from 2 years ago when I hadn't been using reading glasses as glasses. So if it doesn't start getting better here soon, I'm gonna just go in and get a different pair, which I feel horrible because they're not cheap. So okay, come on, just get on the strand. But yes, that's what progressives are. And they are a good advertisement for LASIK eye um, surgery. So you don't have to deal with stuff like this, but that's just me. Okay. And I know that if you doesn't look like your drip beads are lining up and whatever else, that if you just spin them within your fingers, they will start to fall better. I'm just very impatient. So, okay, other side. But yeah, they say it takes full 2 weeks. And my daughter said she was ready to throw her glasses that she just got here recently and start wearing her old ones. But that right at the 2 week mark, it got better. So, and now she loves having them. So I just have to be patient. But yes, I had just had my second surgery when we got these glasses also. So that additional pain on top of not being able to see was driving me crazy. So I just put them back in their case and they stayed there. But yes. Hi, Tina. Yeah, mine are 2 years old. That's what you meant, don't you have 30 days? Mine are 2 years old, but I did try to go back like I was a month over when I tried to go back, and they didn't want to work with me at all, which was frustrating. But yeah, I will probably never go through that eyeglass company again because of they were not even a tiny bit sympathetic to the fact that I had just had nearly back-to-back surgeries, and that's why I wasn't able to wear the frames and get them adjusted within that period. So I will likely either go to Costco, or I've thought about doing America's Best because I've heard very good things about them. But there we go. there we go. Okay, and then the large. Do 3 more, I think, and then I have the same amount of beads on the other side and can determine if I like the length or if I want to keep beading. That's too many big ones all in a row. It'll throw off the symmetry of one side to the other. That one's really tiny and could break. Quite simple. So there we go. Okay, and then the other large. I will probably finish off with garnets on either side, and that may possibly be, okay. So I'm trying to hold this at an angle so you can kind of get a good view of it. So there's that. So pretty. And I got these garnets from Bead Box Bargains. So here's what I'm thinking. I think I might just want to finish the length that I get in garnets, which you guys know I never, ever, ever do. But I'm kind of liking the way that it's sitting. And I do have all these garnets. So where did I put my smaller ruler? I'm just trying to gauge what the length is. Okay, we won't do it under the camera. We'll just do it like this. So I'm at 12 inches now. So I think I'll just do garnets for another couple of inches on either side, and then do the tiniest bit of chain along the back. Or do I want to do one more pearl? I think I want to get one more pearl and get to the smaller strawberry quartz, actually. I think it will look better that way. I'm loving these A-grade strawberry quartz. They remind me of phantom quartz, or like the roulated quartz that I showed earlier when I was showing you the large hole beads. Okay, and then I'm just gonna do little garnets the rest of the way until I'm ready to either put chain and or, I guess you could even do leather with this. Now I'm trying to pick the smallest ones because I have neck issues, as do many people, so I generally don't like beads across the back of my neck, especially large ones, but these are itty bitties, so they should be okay. But we shall see. I'm actually going to finish up over here before I use up all of the smaller crimps for the back of the neck. one more pearl, and then the 8mm. I go. It's too many chunky ones in a row. Let's find a smaller, flatter one. Put that back on the last pearl, and then 3 more into the 8mm, and then we can continue beading. Have any of you guys ever made a knotted chip bead necklace? I'm curious to know because I want to see what your experience was. Okay, I actually did very good as far as keeping the sizing symmetrical on one side to the other. So there's not any spots where they're not lined up because there's too many or whatever else. Because I used bigger ones on one side and smaller ones on this side and whatnot. So also, speaking of whatnot, have you guys been on there? Do you enjoy it? My son said it's mostly used for Pokemon and D&D and whatever else, but I have heard that a few designers, like Brittany from Turquoise Street, have been selling beads and or their completed pieces on there. So I'm just curious to know if any of that would be. You have made a chip bead bracelet and used them in my sun catchers. Cute. Okay, so you haven't done a necklace. I actually have one that came in a buyout to Bernie, and I was there. And he gave it to me because I've been working. And it's literally knotted every single bead. And it's so pretty. And this is let's measure it. Ugh. Let's see. It is 18, 36, 36 plus 8. It's a 44-inch long necklace. And no, it is blue lace agate. And blue lace agate is going to be harder and harder to find. But yeah, this is all blue lace agate. As you can see, they're not small chip beads. They're all pretty normal in sizing and stuff. But I cannot bring myself to break it up. Every time I have a project and I'm like, this is perfect, I talk myself out of doing it because, In case you didn't see the necklace, this is the necklace that I did. And then I just used natural leather and knotted every couple of inches. That was the bracelet that goes with the earrings, or the necklace that goes with the bracelet and the earrings. But yeah, so every time I have a project and they would be perfect, I talk myself out of it because I just keep thinking that whomever made it originally put in so much time and effort to do that I'm like, it's sacrilegious to take it apart. What do you mean? You can't take that apart. But it's beautiful. You went in there to spend $15, but the betting went so fast, it was always the same winner that I'm real slow and freak out when I'm trying to type. Okay. And you went to spend it because it was Brittany's. All right. I might reach out to her. Maybe ask if she will come on Beading Besties for a second time to kind of talk about her experience with it. So my son said there are like two ways to do it. It's either like there's, you have 10 seconds. So somebody else has 10 seconds to bid. And if someone does bid, that 10 seconds starts over again. With, and then he said there's another version called sudden death, where it doesn't matter. You set a 1 minute time limit, and when that 1 minute runs out, who's ever bid the highest wins. So I'm coming to the ends of my wire, so I'm going to go ahead and come over on this side and crimp before I put any more on the opposite side and don't have room or whatever to go. Okay. All right, crimps. I had some sitting out on my mat because I was bad and I didn't put away my black or silver crimps, my gunmetal ones, or my silver crimps. Oh, that's what I could have used. Next time, it's okay. No reason to get upset about it. The next is done. It is beautiful. I like it. And we're going to leave it alone. But I am trying to find my crimps so that I don't have, I do have, or did have, my Beadsmith crimps out the other day. Hello, Heather. Where? They can't have gone far. Oh my goodness. How can I not find any of them right now? Here is my GS Hypo that I was, my, I will put those away while I'm digging for my, here are the Beadsmith ones. We'll just go ahead and use two of these. I will tell you that their crimps are shorter than standard 2 by 2 crimps are. They are a smidge shorter, so I don't know if that's kind of the reason that they don't do it. What chain am I going to use? It would help if I knew the length of one side of this. I'm not going to need very much chain at all. Where is it? I'm going to put like 2 inches on either side without even... I just almost made a big mess. Which I know, that's nothing new around here. That's why at the beginning of all of my videos I say entertaining enough for moments like this. Because I want to direct connect to the chain. I think this is where I need to cut. Sometimes I have to cut and then hang them back to each other, next to each other, to see if I cut one. Yeah, like this one I need to take off one more length. Okay, so put our chain on. This is the really simple stainless steel chain. Okay, there's that side. Let's let gravity do its work. I will attach some more garnets to make it even with the other side. We can put our clasp on and be good to go. Hi, Linda. First time people receive $15. You would never take that necklace apart. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how I feel. I can't. I know how much time that freaking took to do it. So, yes. I need to ask that lady to go leave a review on my Facebook page about the restringing I did for her, that she was obviously happy with, because I quoted her $50 and she tipped me $30. So she... Come on, just pick them up, Heather. That one's too close to the edge. It'll stick out funny. That's the other thing I'm picky about when it comes to chip beads. I don't like the ones that have the hole, like this one where it's right up against the edge. That drives me bonkers. I also don't like the super, super duper thin ones, like the one I just put on here, but okay. Let us compare. That is the right. Oh, I need to You can cut off the excess wire and I just sent more of it. Yes, that is the same. I'm just putting it back and forth to make sure that it fits. The other side of our chain. Oh my goodness. There we go. Okay, put all of these garments over here so we can get the clasp. I might make, I'm gonna make the earrings in just a second, but let's find a clasp, shall we? We're gonna use the stainless steel one over the silver. And I need my stainless steel wire. Like, okay, I will just use these. I forgot, I made these. I'm gonna do my closure though, because I don't want. I know I just had okay. This is much like the ear wires, only I'm gonna go. Normally I don't do the top loop as a wrap loop, but I'm going to because this is gonna be a clasp, so I want it to be stronger and not be able to pull it off. So I'm just gonna take it to right there, open it up, attach it to the chain. Again, just wrap this back and around till it meets back up with where the loop started. Trim your end. And then I'm going to come back here and I'm going to use my third step as the size of the closure that I want. I'm going to pull that up and then I'm just going to wrap it until it meets up with that first loop. There we go. Only it's not sitting centered. Okay, there's. Go ahead and cut the excess off here. Make sure nothing's sticking out that could poke and or snag fabric. And then we will just make a smaller jump ring for the other side. Or not, because I have no idea. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I don't know why I'm being so picky and whatever tonight or today. Not that I don't give it my all other times, but today just happens to be a day where I'm taking it quickly to the extreme. All right, there we go. All done. I'm going to put it on a bust real quick and switch cameras, since this is one that's not going to lay. Okay. Sorry, this is like giving me issues. Okay, let's go. So this is the way that it lays. And then there's the 2 inches of chain on either side. So, am I getting it close enough? There you go. I'm liking the way that it came out very much. Even if I was being a little extra drown. Okay, let's take these two. Hey! No. Cooper. I don't know what she's barking at, but no. Hold on just 1 second. I'm going to mute you guys. I think something probably just got delivered, and that's why they're being obnoxious, but they're quiet now. I just didn't want you to, I had to holler out to them, and that would not have been pleasant. Okay, now we have to decide if we like something like that for the earring. I would just love to be able to do it with the hematite gunmetal wire that I used and now cannot seem to find, although it should be right here because I just freaking used it. Oh, I bet I know where I put it. I bet it's in the little container with the South Sea pearls. I bet that's what I did. I did not put it in there. Where is the container with the South Sea pearls? I cannot begin to express to you guys how irritating it is to have these memory issues. So yes. All right, honey. Yes, get your hubby ready. That's all good. Thank you. I'm glad everybody liked it. Okay, I'm going to make some earrings very quickly. You know what? After all that, I think I'm just gonna use this silver because the only thing I might even make a second pair of earrings with these chip beads and just these rounds so that then there's a choice in the matter of like what it is you're gonna put together and stack or whatever else. Okay, that's all you need. Alrighty then. Grab all of these and pull them down so that I can bend them. Just making all of these one loops, kind of assembly line style, because it does make it faster. Okay, so up first will be the 8mm strawberry quartz, and then we will attach that to I believe these 10mm. I don't think they're quite 12mm. They may be. I don't have my caliper right here. But they might just be 12. I think I messed up by wrapping all of these, so I need to be. Okay. This has to attach to that. No, I'm good. I didn't mess up by doing it. Because this is going to attach to the drop. So open that loop. Come around. And last I checked, Bead Box Bargains does still have these. There's also a clear version where the crystal itself is like clear. And I can't remember, but it might have had AB. I could be wrong. Will you please just cut off? Goodness. Okay. There's that. And then we're going to attach this 8mm to this. And then the ear wire will just attach to the 8mm. So I think These two have to be perpendicular to each other in order for everything to lay correctly. And I will grab one of the other ear wires that I made earlier. And those are the earrings that will go with it. Just cute little dangly drops. I like drop earrings, though I do make the hoop ones sometimes, but I've been favoring the drop ones lately, so but there we go. We've been on for just over 2 hours, so I will finish the other earring myself, and let all of you get on with the rest of your day. I'm hoping they were barking because my friend mail just got delivered from Leah. So if that was the case, I will be recording an unboxing of that video that order once I get it, not order, package. So, thank you guys all for being here with me. I hope that you will have the awesome rest of your day, and I will be on tomorrow as well, just in case Rosanna isn't. I will do my best to come on tomorrow. But I hope y'all have a great rest of your day, which I just now said. Don't need to say it again. Anyways, guys, as always, and until next time, happy beading.